guys, it's Kaki. I hope everybody is having a great week. Today, I'd like to talk about something that I talked about a little bit in my last video, but this was a question that a viewer named Rachel asked, and it really got me thinking. So, I wanted to talk about it and see what your experiences were. Rachel asked, how is maintenance any different after surgery than before? She went on to say that I know, like myself, and I'm sure most of us, that she had successfully lost weight in the past, but had always regained it back, and that she was struggling with the idea of having surgery because of that. So that really got me thinking because I have lost weight many times in the past, but it's always come back on. So now being a little over 2 years post-op and stable in my weight for a year, I really want to talk about how things are different this time. This is all me, but kind of some tips as well for those of you who are reaching that maintenance point post-op. Number one, the thing that I think is one of the things that I think is very different this time is the amount of research that I put into having surgery. If you're watching this video, you probably have done the same thing. I researched weight loss surgery. I researched the different types of weight loss surgery. I researched the liquid pre-op diet, the post-op diet, different surgeons, different options. I spent months making that decision to have weight loss surgery. And I feel like with this weight loss, that I've thought about it more and I planned for it more than I have with any other weight loss. And I've done a lot. I have a video talking about different ways that I tried to lose weight before I decided to have weight loss surgery. Before, it was just like, oh, that sounds good. I'll do that. Or I would have a friend that did Weight Watchers and asked me if I wanted to go to the meetings with her, or LA Weight Loss. That was one that I did. And I just kind of went along. I was successful. I participated, but I didn't put as much thought into it and into the science of it as I have with weight loss surgery. Number two, another thing that I think has really led to maintenance being different this time around is support. I am very active in several different online support groups. I have talked almost every video. I talk about Berry Nation. I think that is a huge asset, and I think building a community of people who are going through the same thing is very important. I went to Weight Watchers meetings in the past, but sometimes I was one of those people who would weigh in and leave and not stay for the meeting. So, and that the support there was more of a group think. It wasn't, hey, I'm struggling, help me figure out what I can do here, which the support groups that I'm in now do offer that. So I think that's really valuable to maintenance this time around. Another thing is dumping. I have talked about I have reactive hypoglycemia. If I eat certain foods, I dump and I'm terribly sick. That negative feedback loop keeps me from doing a lot. So I think that knowing how I'm going to react to certain foods makes me avoid them. I think that has really contributed to both the weight loss and maintenance at this point and will continue in the future. Another thing is clothing. I watched a video on YouTube a long time ago, and I don't remember who it was. I wish I could give her credit. But she talked about she was somebody who had gained some of her weight back and relost it, and it was maintaining now successfully for many years. But she talked about not wearing baggy clothing. And I thought, well, that doesn't make a lot of sense, but it's true. I think I have found myself when I wear clothing that is more tailored or more fitted and I don't have a lot of room to grow in it, I think that has kind of changed my mindset or affects my mindset. When you are going to work in pants that are a size or two bigger than you need, in slouchy tops, and you overeat and you feel bloated, it's okay, you got plenty of room. When you're wearing pants that are just the right size and shirts that are just the right size, I think it kind of encourages you to not overeat. Maybe that's just me. Let me know if you feel the same. Also, I got rid of all my fat clothes. So I think knowing that if I gain weight, the financial impact of having to buy new clothes again kind of is helping. I think a big thing for me this time around, and that's influencing my maintenance, has been my openness with my journey. I have been very upfront with friends, family, patients, with the online community about my choice to have bariatric surgery, how it has affected me. And I think me continuing to talk about that gives me some accountability as well. So I think that it's kind of the WWJD, what would Jesus do? When I think that my choices, I feel like if I make unhealthy choices, especially to my patients, I can't be as good of a role model to them. The same thing for people with their families. Your children tend to mirror your choices. So I think I've never been as open this time around or never been as open before as I have been this time around. So I think that's going to change the way maintenance is. Tracking. Oh my gosh, that is so big for me. I shared in my last video, I have now tracked over 800 days. I have never done that. That is accountability to myself. I've never done that. I remember the Weight Watchers journal. I would do it, but I didn't do it long term. I remember LA Weight Loss, we had journals that we had to keep. I'd do it in the beginning, didn't do it long term. That's something that's very different for me this time. Number one, what's different with maintenance after surgery is you have a tool to help you. Even 2 years out, I still have restriction. I can sit down and not eat as much and feel fuller if I make the right food choices. Slider foods, no. But if I sit down and I eat protein and non-starchy vegetables, I can't eat very much. That's why I have to eat fairly often to get in that minimum daily caloric need. So definitely, the thing that's different this time, it all goes back to having that tool. So I would love to hear from you. How are things different for you post-op? And if you're pre-op, what changes are you going to make after surgery to make things be different for you this time? Would love to hear video ideas. I have a running list of video suggestions that I'm going to do based on what you would like to see and hear me talk about. Please leave your suggestions below. Any comments, questions, I would love to hear from you. I hope everybody has a great week, and we will see you next Wednesday. Bye.